You know what's why it's foaming? It tastes like dish soap. Smell that. Smell that. Just smell that. Doesn't it smell like dish soap?
Yeah.
I'm going to freaking die for the pod, bro. I can't. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, wait.
It's called dedication.
Oh, God. I'm beyond more grossed out than last time. It's still foaming, dude. There's no...
You're done?
It's done.
It's done.
It's...
Where you going?
Dump it out.
Stand by, guys. Marcus left the room. And now he's back.
Marcus is ruining everything today.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Two Drunk Guys on a Football Podcast. The intros have been taking a little bit longer than normal, but I'm your boy, Skinny Domestic,
And Marcus the Hammer Mary. Let me just say, I'm not used to the Vikings winning this year, and especially once I got to drink out of that fucking horn, dude. Ugh.
And the best part is that I'm not letting him go back. Every time that they win, he's drinking out of the horn. I don't care. I've been doing it when they lose, so
It's true, but you could drink water, bro.
it's not like I choose that I get to drink water. I kind of have to at this moment in time until shit gets figured out. But yeah, good week. Well, I wouldn't say good week. It was a bad weekend. Reffing pick'ems, just both our teams won at least, so we got that going for us.
That's true, yep.
But starting with the review of last weekend, we'll start off with college football. We had number 3 Ohio State defeat number 7 Penn State 20-12. So that upset that you picked didn't happen.
Damn, dude.
Penn State could have had it. Big momentum shifter. It was a fumble or a pick or something. I think it was a fumble or a pick that Penn State took to the house, but it was called back for like holding or defensive pass interference or something like that. So that's a huge momentum shifter, which that could have changed the outcome of the game, but got called back. Penn State has not been good against top ranked teams. I think they have maybe 1 or 0 wins like over the last like X amount of years. It's just they're not good when they need to be, sadly. Number 11 Bama defeats number 17 Tennessee 34-20. Tennessee was keeping it close for a while, and then the end of the game they just shit the bed. Bama's looking like
Old Bama.
I wouldn't say old Bama, but Bama's starting to look like
Decent
Bama. 3/4 Bama again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said last week, Milroe has definitely kind of found his rhythm at quarterback now. Think they're going to be fine there. A huge upset here was Virginia upsetting number 10 North Carolina. I think they played in North Carolina too. Like it was, they were like big disadvantage.
Virginia wasn't ranked, right?
No,
I was gonna say Virginia.
Just an ACC team.
What didn't Mike Vick came from Virginia, right?
He played at Virginia Tech.
And Marcus Vick, dude, his brother.
They played at Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Oh, Tech.
Yeah, Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Oh, same with Calvin Johnson.
The highlights of all, dude. Vic's brother played exactly like he did.
Yeah, I heard he was good, but he got in trouble, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think I watched a 30 for 30 on him one time.
Yeah, everybody thought he was going to be like
the next Mike Vick.
Yeah, pretty much. We're going to have 2 Mike Vicks in the league.
But he was right-handed, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Number 4 Florida State holds off number 16 Duke 38-20, which that one was a close game. Duke was holding the lead for a while, and then their starting quarterback.
Was that my other upset, or where was my other upset? I feel like I had 2.
I don't remember. Maybe it was.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But I was wrong if I did pick it.
But
Oh no, it's Old Miss.
oh,
Maybe did they play anyone big?
I don't. They're not on my list. Usually, I put down like head-to-head matchup.
Oh,
Like,
they aren't on it.
no, I
So
usually
they
do.
must not have done anything crazy.
No. But Duke was holding their own, and then their starting quarterback got hurt, and it's kind of when things went a little downhill, and Florida State took off.
That'll hurt.
And then number 14 Utah beats USC. Number 18 USC 34-32. Yeah.
But Utah's always beat USC, haven't they?
Yeah. Caleb Williams the last 3 years has lost to Utah.
But he wants his money from the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, again, the other one too is Utah's been rotating quarterbacks and like trying to figure out who to be the starter while their like actual starter's been out. And Caleb Williams, like the USC defense is bad, but like I think he threw like 3 picks. He just did not look good. It was a very, very, very bad game. Iowa State was on a bye week, so they didn't lose. Woohoo! And then Minnesota upsets Iowa over number 24 Iowa in a very high scoring 12-10 game, which that game was very controversial, the ending, because Iowa forced a punt. The punt return.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
Cooper DeJean took it back for a touchdown, and then they called it for an invalid fair catch because he was pointing, but then he was waving his left arm like in this motion. Yeah. I guess in the rule book it says that any waving of your arms is an invalid fair catch and you can't advance the ball. But literally like that same day, and it's been so funny watching people post videos of punt returners waving the ball off, doing that, like waving their teammates off or whatever, and then going and grabbing the ball and running, like, and not getting a flag. So, it's definitely something the NCAA is going to have to probably look into going into next season, because now that it's something it's deep in the rule book and has brought some alarm, and now you know every week somebody is gonna be like, it's gonna be pointed out every week now. In terms of it got called it in. So Iowa lost, unfortunately, to that, but hopefully they'll bounce back. Then we got NFL news. Injury wise, Jerome Ford might miss a couple weeks. Kareem Hunt gonna eat there. But I don't think there was any other like big injuries.
I didn't get watch a lot of football. Unfortunately, I usually watch like almost every single game on TV, but we had our tournament that Skinny could not come to.
Yeah.
Sadly, and then I had family photos. So literally the only game that I watched was the Vikings and 49ers, which if there's one game for me to watch this week, it was that game.
Yeah. I was laid up all week, so I watched every football game you could think of.
So I didn't see anything. I know that there's kind of a lot of upsets and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the first one is the Patriots beat the Bills.
I saw that
25.
Wasn't it Hunter Henry game-winning touchdown by Mac Jones? Oh, Gesicki. It was Gesicki.
And then his.
Oh yeah, because he did his. He did his gritty. Yeah, his gritty's more iconic than JJ's at this point.
Because it's so funny.
Yeah.
I loved the after the game press conference or whatever with Mac Jones. It was like, I had time. Like, that was the biggest reason why they won. Their offensive line played very well. They blocked for him, and watching that game, he did have time. He was able to get the ball, throw the ball downfield. Stevenson and Zeke both actually had some running game going for him too. Which
Stevenson catching the ball was like, that gave me hope for Stevenson down the road for fantasy, because that's what you want to see. As long as he can catch the ball, that's all that matters. Same thing with like someone like Eckler. Like, if they catch the ball, that's all that matters.
45 yards rushing, that's fine.
Yeah, give me 6 receptions for 35 yards, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Just and then the Pats defense been beat up, so the fact that they were able to do that to the Bills and hold Josh Allen in check is definitely good for them. And Mac Jones drove down the field and won the game. Like, that was a big question. Can he be that clutch time and do it?
Which maybe he can. I mean, he's more traditional than a lot of the quarterbacks. He's not a running quarterback, so you got to protect those guys. I've always said that. Like, you want production out of the quarterback position for someone that is in the pocket. You got to protect them.
Next one I have is the Browns defeat the Colts in a 39-38. Like,
I heard that
it was a very good game.
But what I don't understand is I didn't get to watch it. Deshaun Watson had like no points. Did he get hurt again?
So which this is just weird. So he took a hit, smacked his head, concussion protocol, checked him. He was cleared, but they didn't put him back in. So
who took it then? Who?
PJ Walker.
But
there was some controversy with it, with the refs at the end. The Browns were driving downfield, the Colts were winning, and there's a couple flags that probably maybe shouldn't have been called or gone the other way. There was one where the ball was just overthrown completely, and they called defensive pass interference. Like, it was uncatchable, completely uncatchable. Like, it was way over the heads. Nobody was going to get it, even if he wasn't held. Like, just it didn't make sense. It was a bad call. And then the other one was Amari Cooper got a defensive pass interference called on the defender, but Amari, like, straight up
bodied him,
OPI'd him. Like, Amari's the one that pushed him off. Like, Amari created the contact, pushed him to the ground, and they called it on the Colts, and that's basically, what kind of led up. It was just refs at the end of the game. It was a great back and forth game. That was the thing, just so good back and forth. Both teams were moving the ball and all that, and then the refs do that type of shit to kind of like get into it,
seal it.
Yeah. The next big one here is the Ravens 38-6 against the Lions.
Smackdown. Now, it was, I know people are gonna, you said it to me, but that was the Jahmyr Gibbs breakout game for fantasy wise.
Yeah.
And he played good, he played okay, but God, dude, like, that was surprising. That is a big time win, in my opinion, for the Ravens, and that's bad on the Lions.
Especially after me last week saying that the Lions defense has looked very good.
Yeah.
They did not look good.
But I did call. That was one of my upsets that I had.
They just looked bad. And then
smacked them in the mouth.
What was it? It was like by the time that the Lions had a first down or some shit, it was already like 28-0. Just, it was some ridiculous thing. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the Lions bounce back after that. That's a big loss.
That is a big loss.
Ravens are starting to look like the old, the last couple of years, right? The pre-Lamar injury Ravens. And
that could be a legit team, because I think the NFC, because the AFC, everyone talks about it's always better, more competitive. The NFC's been better than the AFC this year. I think by a lot, because really the only AFC team that I'm like, okay, that team has some spark to it is the Chiefs, and that's because they have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, teams are underperforming. The Chargers have not done anything like expectations.
Best one's been kind of Miami.
Yeah, which against good teams they've been a little questionable.
Yeah,
it's really the Chiefs are 6-1 now. They've won 6 in a row, so. It's Mahomes until Mahomes is not in the league. It's pretty much going to be
it is. Yeah,
run
they're
through
always
the Chiefs.
Favored.
Then but the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to be pulling for their division is all close still. So it'll be interesting to see how that. You didn't come into this season really thinking that division would be much besides the Ravens and Bengals, but. The Steelers are playing a lot better than expected, and the Browns are playing a lot better than expected. So it'll be interesting to see. 3 of those teams could make the playoffs. It'll be interesting. Next one we have is the Bears, 30-12 against the Raiders.
That was crazy.
Super shocking.
I thought it'd be competitive at minimum, whoever won. But
Well, yeah, and Foreman drops 3 touchdowns, just goes off. You think with a rookie first start, he had 1 touchdown. I mean, he didn't. It's not like he's the one that came out and threw like 4 touchdowns and went off. I mean, you'd think the Raiders would be able to do something with what they have, especially against a beat up team. Didn't make any sense. Very shocking. Very shocking. Vikings 22.
you forgot the Falcons.
Oh, you want to talk about the Falcons?
Oh,
game?
I do want to talk about the Falcons.
Oh, well, I thought we were going to dive into deeper of that potentially in the next.
Okay, we can. Falcons beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, Falcons beat the Buccaneers. I know you want to go off now. You can just wait.
Yeah.
Vikings 22, 49ers 17. Addison could have had like 5 touchdowns that game. Finished with 2.
Talk about. I'm not even a Kirk Cousins thing because I don't think that's the best game I've ever seen Kirk Cousins. I think once he beat New Orleans in New Orleans a couple years ago in the playoffs, that was probably the Kirk Cousins like statement game. I know that everyone gives Kirk shit about primetime losses and stuff like that. And I would like to actually, maybe in the offseason, I'll dive deep down and actually break down every single game and see how many times it was Kirk playing bad or was like, the last second, they had to kick a field goal and then someone came in and did it. I'd like to see like the actual numbers of that.
Yeah.
But great win for Minnesota. Really, honestly, if we would have lost that game, being 2-5 compared to 3-4 is a big difference. That's a big
And
difference.
you're second in the division.
Second in the division, and we could have a team. So I don't know. I'm still kind of conflicted whether I want us to lose out and get the Caleb Williams sweepstakes or win. But like it's kind of, we're kind of in a weird position because that defense, like I want Brian Flores to be our head coach. I really do. I think that he is the answer for Minnesota. That defense played good. I mean, CMC had 45 yards. Yeah. I thought
2
CMC,
touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, still.
And a fumble.
Yeah, 45 yards rushing and like 30. Like he had less than 100 yards total. That's crazy. They played well.
Well, it was also crazy to me was the Niners were not using CMC like they normally do. Like, not just running the ball, but like pass catching. I don't think he had a catch in the first half. Mm-hmm. But then as soon as they start using him in the pass game, he scores a 30-40 yard touchdown. Like, the first half was just a weird, something I've never seen. Like, it just didn't seem like Kyle Shanahan was like either taking the game seriously or I just don't know. Or like he was getting puzzled at what the fuck. Like,
he's so messed up because he wanted Kirk to be his quarterback.
Yeah, I guess so.
So he's like Kirk Cousins, the God Almighty, top 5, better than Jalen Hurts.
Oh my goodness. It was just so weird how he was just like the play calling, just the Vikings blitz more than any other team in the league. You want to know what beats the blitzes? Quick passes, screens, sweeps.
What that team is good at.
Exactly. They weren't doing those things.
The Vikings were on it. Like,
I know, but like they weren't really doing those things though. No. It was just weird. It was just odd to me how Shanahan was like playing into the Vikings' hands at that point. Kicker did miss.
Yeah, I love what you messaged that because I was like, okay, I knew once they did that, I was like, dude, he's gonna miss. As a Viking fan, I was like, wait, what's this gonna be? A wide right, wide left, and it was to the right. Hey, he almost made it, but
yeah.
And Greg, the leg's all right, but
yeah. No, good win. Niners got to figure something out. I know Debo doesn't make that big of a difference on your offense. Like, he's a lethal threat, but like you had
to where they shouldn't beat the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah.
And then the Eagles 31-17 against the Dolphins. So much controversy with that game, though, which I agree. As an Eagles fan, it was a poorly officiated game, and it upsets me to where, like, yeah, we got the win, but it's like, did we really, though, because of the officials?
So I didn't know. I didn't see anything of it. What happened?
We finished the game with 0 penalties, and the Dolphins had 10. We had 2 called on us, but they were offsetting. I know Jason Kelsey's going to go off on this on New Heights. It releases tomorrow, so you'll hear about it if you listen to the podcast. I don't know if you do or not. You'll listen to hear about it tomorrow before anybody hears me on Thursday. But did the brotherly shove. Dolphins line up offsides. They flag us again for our guard lining up offsides. This happened a couple weeks ago. I think it was the Commanders game when it happened the first time, where they called offsetting penalties, but it should have been in the Eagles' favor. We should have never been flagged because the hand that they were calling offsides on the offense is Jason Kelsey's fucking hand. So Jason Kelsey needs to start fucking wearing just bright ass gloves. Just show the refs. These are my 2 gloves. If you see these 2 ball hands, colored gloves near the ball, fuck off, because that's annoying as shit. We've had that twice now, where we've had offsetting penalties because of it.
Really?
Like, it's stupid. But
no one stops a brotherly shove though. I've never seen it stopped. Have you?
It's like 91, 92%. Again, if you listen to New Heights, we're the 92%ers. But it's been stopped, but it's not very high percentage.
I've seen everyone try it, but no one else gets it going either.
And then, yeah, I know. And then, like,
but I mean, that's when
the Vikings tried it last night and it didn't go well.
Tried it twice in a row.
Yeah. But then, like, there was just inconsistencies with some of the calls. Like, they called a roughing the passer on Jalen Hurts, which was not roughing the passer. The guy came up and shoved him, like, and Jalen fell. And they were like, oh, roughing the passer. And then the Dolphins scored a touchdown, but they called it back from the offensive lineman, like, grabbing around the neck or whatever. But then the Eagles did, like, the exact same thing on a play, and it wasn't called. Like, there was just a lot of winning a game with 0 penalties is very questionable. There was missed calls against the Dolphins too, but 10-0 just it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Definitely feel like there was something at play there.
They had bets on the Eagles.
It just then I guess the crew that or the guy or the crew or something that was reffing the game was supposed to do the ACC championship game last year, but got removed from it because they were, like, being investigated for, like, being dishonest and not being good refs. So it just doesn't look good.
It's warm.
All right, so while he's doing that, we're just going to do bad betting real quick. When I say bad betting, it's been bad betting. Went 0-4 last week because last week was a bad week for us. This week we're hoping it's going to hit finally. You know, we got to get something going. So we took the Cowboys to cover 6.5 against the Rams. Had the bye week. Rams defense still questionable. Cowboys got to start winning to make a little push there. We have the Jets covering 3 against the Giants.
I like that.
I think the Jets overall are better than what people. Zach's been playing well, and their defense has just been phenomenal. Like
Brees has been running,
and yeah, they're
like
able to run the ball.
We
have the Bengals plus 5.5 against the Dolphins, right?
49ers.
No, 49ers. Yeah, 49ers. Plus 5.5 against the 49ers. 49ers are looking a little sketchy. They may have a bounce back game, but the Bengals are out of bye week. Their offense has just started getting rolling. Their team going again.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think it'll be close.
It'll be close. And then we also took the Lions covering 8.5 against. I don't remember who they played. I didn't write it down, but
Vegas. The Raiders.
Yeah, sure.
The Raiders.
$10 wins 134.11. Let's hope something pans out.
We need it. We're going broke.
You don't even really bet. Fuck you.
I'm your moral support.
Oh, my moral support. Yeah, I need it sometimes.
You're bad betting if it doesn't go good. we're gonna have to shut the podcast down or something.
I'm losing all the money on the pod.
He's
We don't-
gambling all the money for the podcast on the.
the $0 we generate in any revenue.
We were gonna take that betting money and reinvest it into the podcast, and now we can't.
Yeah, I guess so. But for our miscellaneous quarter 2 today, we're gonna do a little bit of fun stuff. Completely joking, like this is completely like we realistically know, but we're doing NFL players that we think we could take in a fight and maybe win. Again, we probably are gonna get our ass kicked no matter who we would put in there. But it would just be interesting to see who we say. And then so we made a list of 5 of our own, and then we're gonna do a blind ranking for each other. And then whatever extra time we were gonna have another rant session. If you want to call it
I just need to rant about one thing, and then I'm fine.
And then we'll go from there. Who do you have on? Who you think you could take?
Number 1, Boston Scott, 5'6". I'm bodying that motherfucker. Let me tell you, he may be strong. He's a little short bastard. He plays running back, so like he's got to be some sort of strong. But dude, I have such long arms. I'm gonna hit that motherfucker. I'm never gonna let him get inside me.
Hey, dude, he's a professional esports player. That man's reflexes got to be crazy, and he's a giant slayer. So you better watch yourself. You don't know. I mean, man,
that's my bet. It's hard in the NFL because it's like everyone like
it's gonna be David versus Goliath, and I think this one might be David.
What was your first one?
My first one's Tua.
Damn, I should have put like Mac Jones on there or something.
I said, fuck that guy. I literally was like,
no, but Mac Jones is dirty, dude. He'd cheat.
Literally all in my head, I was like, all right, who's 6'2" or less, and who do I have at least 100 pounds on? I was like, there's a lot of people, but I was like, I gotta just, I'm not even gonna consider some of these dudes, but I think Tua's small. He's not that fast. I just gotta get my body on him. I mean, everybody on this list, I just gotta get my body on him.
Oh,
yeah. And, maybe you can scramble up some, but yeah, Tua, fuck that guy.
My next one is Rodrigo Blankenship. If you've seen him, you got to put a picture of him on the podcast. Like if you saw him in there, that's the man that you're gonna feel most confident you can whoop his ass. He looks goofy as fuck.
I first was like, kickers. All right, I'm gonna go after kickers, but then I was like, dude, if they fucking get you with a kick, you might be done for. Like I was like, ooh, imagine taking like one to like the shin or something. Like, nope, I'm good. But yeah, no, he's a goofy fucker.
Yeah, he's goofy. He doesn't. I don't think he's that big either. He's got his. I
don't know what's goofier, you like 12 years ago or him now.
I was just poor.
My next one is Emmanuel Forbes Jr. You put him too?
Yes. I most definitely did.
We've seen what he tries to do when he tackles. He can't do it. He doesn't hit hard. I think I'm okay.
Oh, 100%. We said that. I said that coming into the league. Dude, that dude's tiny. And doesn't play like the guy out of Seattle.
Witherspoon.
Yeah, does not play the same for how tiny he is.
Yeah, so he'll definitely be the one that can't. I mean, he hits AJ Brown, and AJ Brown's like what, like 220?
Yeah,
I got like 100 pounds on that. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm close enough to AJ Brown. I'm like 210, so
yeah.
I still got quite a bit of weight on Emmanuel Forbes, and I'm going to use that. You might as well go again.
Yeah, I guess. My next one is Zach Wilson.
Dude, Zach Wilson would steal your mom before you could do anything.
That's fine. Bro. My mom's single.
That'd be kind of cool.
But Zach Wilson also has a girlfriend, so
he does now.
Yeah, I just saw it on Instagram or Twitter.
Is she older?
She looks like she's like relatively his age, not like a mom age, but
yeah, that's got to be the worst story though that's ever come out. Like, yeah, Zach Wilson. Yeah, he's the guy that's leading our football team. He also fucks his friends' mothers. Like, why did that ever come out?
Yeah, watch out, coaches. He's gonna bang your wife soon too.
True.
But no, I think Zach Wilson I could take. BYU, Mormon. Well, they're all I don't think he could fight, so I'll be
No,
fine.
probably not.
I'll be good.
He doesn't even seem fiery.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be good. I'll be good.
Normal, yeah.
I'll be fine.
My next one is Deuce Vaughn. I went for height, guys. I went for height. I was like, what do I got the reach on? Like, Deuce Vaughn probably weighs close. He's kind of thick boy.
He's like 160, 170.
Oh, really? He's that? Well, that's pretty thick for 5'5". Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That'd probably be like someone being 6 foot and 225. Like
he's like pretty like
yeah,
stocky, like not stocky, but like
he's thick.
Yeah, he's got some muscles on him.
Well, that's why I'm trusting myself to have long arms enough to hit him.
The only thing is usually they say low man wins, and
he is low.
Yeah, that's pretty.
As
low.
long as he can't wrestle, I'll be fine.
So mine's a lot of quarterbacks. I noticed just now. My next guy is Stetson Bennett.
Oh God. yeah, I could see that one.
Dude was in college for 6 years. He's pretty much almost close to my age, if not our age already.
Yeah.
So I know his body is he's not as fresh as some of the, like Emmanuel Forbes and shit like that, or Zach Wilson. Yeah. But third string quarterback probably doesn't really move fast. Nothing. I think
he hasn't been playing this year. Yeah. Has some issues that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So.
I think I could do it. Maybe he's got mental issues, just while you're just getting his head a little bit while you're going at it, and should be fine.
True. My last one's Greg Joseph. I'm taking that motherfucker out. And here's the thing. I'm cold cocking him. I'm doing everything. This one is personal. The amount of missed kicks that I've seen from Vikings kickers. Then on top of it, last night he should have probably lost us the game. They were driving down the field. They had time. Like, my heart was in my chest. I was, like, sitting there pounding. I was like, we're going to lose this. And I can't look at that group chat. I can't even think of that group chat. Because if he would have missed it, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have went to bed. I would have shut off my phone and said, good night. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Because, ugh.
I love that you did the personal. Yeah, you'd get enough fire in you to...
Oh, 100%. I'd bring that dog out of me, and I'd be fighting. Yeah, I'd be fighting Greg Joseph for sure.
That one, get Marcus like 3-4 beers, let him feel a little bit of goodness in him.
Oh,
yeah, that dog's coming out. My last one's Brock Purdy. Seems like too nice of a guy to be a fighter.
That's fair. You want to say someone like Mac Jones. Like, that's what I thought about Mac Jones, but I was like, Mac Jones is cheap, bro. He'll like try to bite your ear off or something like that. Yeah. Mac Jones goes for the blood.
See, I was gonna say like guys like Deuce Vaughn and Boston Scott too, but I was like, they just run circles around me and I'd be fucking tired. At least like most of these guys aren't like fast like like they're clearly
Zach
quick.
Wilson's fast.
They're quick, but they're not fucking as fast as like Deuce Vaughn or Boston Scott. Maybe
Zach Wilson pretty fast.
Maybe in a straight line, but like
no, like agility wise, yeah.
Compared to Deuce Vaughn, Boston Scott, I think I could survive with some of these quarterbacks. I also was thinking like maybe try to go for some of the slower, bigger guys like Jacoby Brissett, but Jacoby Brissett would probably fuck me up.
Dude, that's a big ass, bro.
I know he's a bigger dude, but heid be slower. All right,
yeah. That's true. That's fair.
All right, do you want me to do your blind picks? All right. So I had to do it. First guy I put on here is Kirk Cousins.
So
one is most likely you could beat in a fight, to 5 is least likely you could beat in a fight.
Kirk's a psychopath, bro. Like, if you watch quarterback, Kirk's a psychopath. He's probably one of the few quarterbacks that I've seen with like abs. Like, Kirk's kind of low key ripped. He looks kind of big, and like he does all that stuff. He takes care of his body. I'm putting Kirk at 3.
You're putting Kirk at 3. That's a solid start.
Yeah, I put a middle pack.
I'm gonna write this down so I remember it later.
Okay.
All right. Next one I got for you is Laquan Treadwell. Getting a little personal here.
Laquan Treadwell is kind of a big dude. He's like what, 6'1", 6'2", out of Ole Miss. A bust of a player.
Yes.
Met him in the thing. He's a douche. I don't want to put him at 4. But he's also probably better than Kirk. I'll put him at 2.
2?
Yeah. Or would I put Kirk at 4?
Kirk's 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah, I'll put him at 2. So, 2. Okay.
King Henry.
That dude's 5.
I just want you to know you kind of fucked yourself on this list.
Did I?
Yeah. Brian Robinson Jr.
Oh God, dude. Many men wish death.
The dude got shot
Yeah.
in football. Like, what are the like that dude? You knew, like,
I still think Henry could body some people over him. I'll put him at 4. The last one's gonna be like Aaron Donald or Jalen Carter or
so the number one guy that you're most likely able to beat in a fight on this list, Myles Garrett.
that's a man's man. Why would you do everyone that? Yeah, you know what? Myles Garrett, I'm going to take a helmet and I'm going to beat the shit out of him. I'm fighting dirty. I'm going for kneecaps. He's got to have some injury. But God, dude.
Damn, dude. Myles Garrett, man. I'm going to make sure that part is like Instagram added Myles Garrett, Twitter at Myles Garrett. Like,
Myles Garrett, I'm coming for you. Yeah.
I mean,
fuck no. Jesus Christ.
I hope you know it's going on the Twitter and like we're tagging him and everything.
Myles Garrett, don't kill me.
Marcus just wants to be one of the tombstones in your yard during Halloween.
Yeah. Only I'm not a quarterback is the thing.
Yeah, that's funny to me.
It's a setup. All right. Well, I was better with yours. First one. Kirk Cousins.
Like you had put. Actually, no. I'm gonna put Kirk at 2, just because I almost put Kirk on my guys. I could because he's a dad. You know, like I'm gonna put Kirk at 2.
At 2, okay. Josh Allen.
6'4", 240.
Big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. But he's like a golfer, like type of bro. Like I don't even think that dude's ever been in a fight in his life.
Okay.
You said you were nicer, but I don't know. I'll go 3.
3. My next one is Gardner Minshew.
Oh fuck! God damn it! I don't even want to fight him. Like he's like Josh Allen, like bros down, but like Gardner Minshew, bros down. Like I just want to like party with that man. Fuck! God damn it! I guess I gotta put him 1, and then we can fucking go drink and get drunk after and do some other illicit activities.
So next I have Jalen Carter.
Oh fuck, that's 5.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter. Yeah, fuck that.
And then my last one for you is Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison. Oh fuck. I mean, he's got to be number 4 for me, but
yeah, Jordan Addison, so tiny too, man. So tiny.
But he's fast. All right.
He's very fast.
My list isn't as bad as yours, where Myles Garrett's your number 1.
Hey, you know what? I'm coming for you, Myles Garrett.
Oh no, Jordan Addison probably can throw some fucking hands.
Oh, probably. He's probably quick as shit.
And way he fucking ripped that ball out yesterday to like fuck you, like
it's a grown man. That's what's that dude's name? The corner.
Ward.
Oh, Traveris Ward. Yeah, he's actually a really good corner too.
Yeah.
But he played like shit yesterday.
Oh, he did get a pick.
Yeah, he did.
And he prevented at least 2 touchdowns.
That's fair. All right, let me go on my rant.
So, as everybody knows, we hate Arthur Smith. We hate the Falcons.
We do.
And this last week, I think everybody in the fantasy
/ betting
world knows that the Falcons were fucking bastards.
Worse than bastards. I looked at my team and I was like, did he get hurt? Bijan Robinson, 0 points. Did he get hurt? Oh wait. what's his face has 13 points. What are they doing? He must have got hurt. I was like, oh no. Well, at least I have what's his face on my bench. Oh, but he wasn't hurt. But they didn't. That he was hurt before the game, and they didn't say anything, or tell anyone that he had some physical illnesses. Is what they said. Is that what they said?
Yeah, illness. Just
Didn't report it. They should get fined. They should get fined up the ass. Arthur Smith needs to get fired. He's a fucking. It's hard because he's actually an okay coach because they win games, but like he should be fired on the simple fact of he has 3 first-round picks in the top 10. And he doesn't fucking use them.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything with them. He is wasting talent so that freaking what's his fucking nuts? The tight end, their backup tight end. Jonnu Smith can be a number 1 target, Mac Hollins. And then fucking last year they had the Zacharias guy or whatever the fuck. What are you doing? What is this team doing?
I guess the NFL opened up a investigation to know how long they knew about his illness, because I guess Bijan's illness was either Bijan said it or it's being reported that he was feeling ill Saturday. So they knew at least a whole 24 hours before the game, probably.
At least then people can make a decision to do what they want to do.
If you at least report it, then it's questionable. All right, at that point, like it's one of those things where
it's a risk.
Yeah. Well, the also one too is like I know it's not an injury, but like why even play him if he's going to take 6 snaps in the first half and not touch the ball? Like, what's the point of that? Like, you're not really doing anything, because after a couple plays and after 2 or 3 plays and I see Robinson's in and you're not giving him the ball, something's up. As a defense, like, why are you not?
Yeah, that's doesn't make bad job.
Like,
on that
I
team.
literally lost a parlay yesterday because I had Bijan scoring a touchdown, and it didn't cash because of that. Everything else hit. Fantasy wise, I have him in one league. I still won with him, but
I did not.
Yeah.
I don't think I was winning with him or without him. But imagine if you just needed 5 points, to win it, and you could have pivoted around it. I know that football and like all of this is so much bigger than fantasy football, but like that's a big money maker for the NFL.
Well, and then there was like a fantasy app or betting app that was like, Bijan gets over 0.5 yards, you win. And he didn't get that until the 4th quarter. He had like one touch for 3 yards in the game. Like,
yeah,
that just it pushes the narratives where things like Vegas knows what's going on when they shouldn't, and because the sports leagues are working with them and shit like that, narrative when shit like that happens. So hopefully the Falcons get fined, and moving forward, teams, if somebody is ill, they do report it, because it doesn't make sense to like what competitive advantage do you think that you have of you not reporting it to another team?
So you're gonna use a player that even before this, I wanted to bitch about Bijan because like it's not Bijan's fault, dude. Like he is so talented. Like I haven't. We'll talk about him in the fantasy thing, in the fantasy portion. I just the fact that this team can't get it together and use their talent the way they should. I'm not saying you have to go out and give it to Bijan every single play. And obviously Tyler Algier is a fine player. But dude, what are you doing? This organization is terrible.
Fuck Arthur Smith.
I agree.
Everybody go hashtag free Bijan.
Let Bijan cook.
Bijan country. Let's ride.
That's right. Everyone eat Bijan mustard.
All right. Fantasy.
Yep. You want to start out? You want me to start out?
I can start. I'll just start off with likes for the week. And so we'll start off with likes, dislikes for the week. And then we're going to do players trending up, players trending down. And kind of go from there, see what we got going on. So my first like for the week that I have is Eckler versus the Chicago Bears. I know the last 2 games have been not good for him after coming back, but he's played the Cowboys and Chiefs defenses, which top probably 5 to 10, I think, fantasy wise. Not been able to run the ball well, which they didn't do last year. And watching those games now that they have like all those targets too, like I guess Mike Williams is out, but they're throwing the ball a lot. Like,
yeah,
like he's not checking down. Like Herbert's tossing the ball downfield. Like he's confident in doing it. He's able to do it. It seems like balls are being thrown downfield more than just the dip offs. Their line's been playing better, so he's getting more time in the pocket compared to last year where he literally caught the ball, had to do it in his face, had to throw it off to Eckler. So I think it's a bounce back week for him in fantasy. I'm not worried. He had a great week 1, coming back off an injury, playing 2 stellar defenses, and he's going to get his workload back. He's going to see that against a worse defensive team that is not going to do what the Cowboys and Chiefs have been doing.
Yeah, Breece Hall versus the Giants. Giants team defense hasn't been great. Breece Hall, last couple of weeks, what he did to the Eagles was impressive.
Yeah.
He just came off a bye week. I just feel like he looks like he's back to Breece Hall of.
Well, and the other one too is Cook's losing touches now.
Cook looks like shit, but I said that from the beginning.
Yeah, he hasn't been effective with the ball. Not utilizing him as much. I've been seeing that there's always like the potential trades or whatever, and it's like one of them is getting Cook out of there completely because it's like, why even have him on your roster when you don't need him? And Michael Carter can come in and be the backup. No problem.
Michael Carter's no scrub.
Yeah.
Breece Hall is. I am so glad. There's been a lot of people in your league asking me to trade him. I won't let anyone touch him. I was big on Breece coming in. I was like, well, he's talented, and he dropped pretty far, and
I remember last year when Marcus was like, I don't like Iowa State running backs.
I don't, because I hate David Montgomery.
I don't like Iowa State running backs.
But you know what?
Now we can't let this one go.
You're damn right. Breece, thank you for being you.
My next one is Nico Collins versus the Panthers. The Panthers defense has not been that great. The Texans have been playing well. Number 1 versus number 2 draft pick this week. And I think Stroud is the way he's been playing. He's going to come out and be like, y'all wanted Bryce Young? You can have him. I'm better than him. I'm here. He's going to make a statement, and he's just going to put up points, which Nico Collins is going to be one of the guys that are going to be receiving those points.
My second one, I like Isaiah Pacheco versus the Broncos. Pacheco's been good.
Yeah,
he is honestly out of a lot of the players drafted this year. He's been a surprise because I thought that'd be a backfield by committee, but he's taken the starting job and he's ran hard.
The only thing that worries me with the Chiefs always resort back to being so pass heavy. Like last week, they threw the ball so fucking much. I'm like, run the fucking ball. Like you guys have been so good at running the ball, and they I think he clearly a better week against the Broncos. The Broncos defense has been struggling.
So I don't know a lot about Pacheco. I've watched him a little bit this year, but before I don't have any shares of him. I never do because there's some players that I just feel like fall into a position where I like talent better and drafts and stuff like that. And he's not someone that I'm going to trade for because people are going to.
Well, like he's broken out this year. They did not. It's such a pass heavy offense, but when they couldn't throw the ball because everybody else besides Travis Kelce couldn't do anything, and they were running the ball, he was running it effectively. And then last week, it doesn't help that last week the Chargers defense is like, we're going to let Travis Kelce and
Travis
Mahomes.
Kelce 8.
Yeah, Mahomes
Travis
had
Kelce.
300 fucking yards in the first half. Like,
Brooke got screwed. She should have beat your ass last week if it wasn't for Jordan Addison. And basically, Jordan Addison saved you that last week because didn't you win by 5 points or something?
6 or 7, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to go look.
Jordan
But
Addison. saved
CMC
you.
was big on that too. He had 2 touchdowns.
Jordan Addison had 38 points.
I know, but I'm saying is CMC was big into that part too. I was down 46.
You're getting lucky this year. It's bullshit. It's pissing me off. I was like, yes.
It's about damn. Yeah, and then the playoffs are going to happen, and I'm not going to fucking get shit.
If you win this year, I'm going to be pissed because then I can't.
I'm not going to win shit.
No, if you win this year,
I'm not
gonna
going
be pissed.
I'm not going to.
Because then I can't talk shit about me.
I'm the third best team in our division.
At least you are a best team in our division.
Are you at the bottom now?
No, dude, I'm not even last in the league.
Are you bottom in the division, though?
No, I'm above Trey by points, I think.
Trey's in the other division, isn't he?
No, Trey's in our division.
Oh, I guess I don't remember. All right. Dislike. I do not like Darrell Henderson versus Dallas.
I wouldn't either.
The Rams are gonna have to throw the fuck out of the ball, which I mean they do anyway. And
Puka Nakua, man.
Yeah, I'm at but Dallas is gonna just run stop very well.
Mm-hmm.
Rams gonna throw the ball a lot. Henderson still see some touches, but I don't expect much from him this week.
Brian Robinson Jr. versus the Eagles.
Yep.
I don't want any part of that. I did trade away Brian Robinson to Skyler. I like Brian Robinson a lot, but I don't. Dude, the Eagles
only had 45 yards against the Eagles the last time they played. He did have 14 points in fantasy, but that was because of a touchdown.
Yeah,
so
I don't want any part of that. I'm not starting that. I'm not looking at that.
When you kind of got to look at some of those things, it's like, all right, what did they have without a touchdown? He only had 8 points. So yeah, I would agree. That's a good one. I mean, we held Mostert at one point. The Dolphins had like -7 rushing yards, and they only finished.
The only person that I saw rush really well against the Eagles this year was literally Breece Hall.
Yeah,
and no one started him.
Well, because nobody thought it. And the biggest thing was we didn't have. Do we have Jalen Carter that game?
Yes.
Yeah,
no.
He missed.
Yes.
No, we didn't, because he played the Rams game.
Okay, so no.
So we didn't. Yeah, the run stopper of our defense is. Yeah, that we had the dude that's probably been the best interior lineman all fucking season. Yeah. Not playing, so that definitely makes sense. My next one is Rashid White versus Buffalo.
Good one.
Hasn't done
disappointing.
Yeah, very disappointing. Gets 70+% of the touches. At this point, if I'm the Buccaneers, I'm looking at my lineup, my running backs, and I'm like, I think it's time.
Keyshawn Vaughn.
I think it's time to bring back a familiar face that can help open up Rashid White's overall role. He's not
Lenny still.
Yeah, he's not good between the tackles. Yeah. He's smaller than Leonard Fournette. Like Rashid White is he thrives on the outsides. You got to utilize him to his abilities. It's like the David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery's using to be the clear-cut down throat runner. I mean, you bring in Fournette. Fournette doesn't need to start. Clearly doesn't need to start, but he at least gives you an actual ball runner. So you can use White in every other way that he needs to be used, instead of here, go do everything and get us 2 yards of carry. Super fucking annoying.
My next one is James Cook versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. James Cook's been good, but that Bucs defense is strong.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, good defense.
Well, they've always had a good defense. I mean, injuries the last couple, ever since the Super Bowl, the injuries are kind of the thing that have just destroyed that Bucs team, even with Brady the year after. But yeah, running the ball against them, very hard, very good defensive line. And
did we just do running backs too in this, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
It's the easiest to predict, though, I think, trending up and down.
I just did I did a wide receiver but yeah, Nico Collins, but yeah. No, go ahead and start with your trending up.
Jordan Addison.
Well, duh.
There's that was a. Why does this feel like Justin Jefferson, his rookie year, where he's taken over the reins? Obviously, Justin Jefferson's not here, but like, what a statement game! That was a game for the ages. That game right there. I don't care whatever else happens. That proves why Jordan Addison was selected by the Minnesota Vikings. And besides Puka, he might be the best receiver in that class right now.
Yeah. And again, he could have had a 4 or 5 touchdown game if Kirk hits him in the back of the end zone.
He left the game for part of the game.
Yeah, doesn't get defensive pass interference called on it. Like, there's a lot of shit that.
Oh yeah, he almost had the one hand.
Yeah, and like he. So we would have had 2 called on him technically because the deep ball that Kirk threw to him, he got held, and he had Ward beat completely. Where if he would have never been held, he probably another catch and run.
Yeah, he almost made a hell of a play.
If JJ does come back, like the way he's been playing, it's like the best example I can give is Cooper Kupp and Puka. Just like, who the fuck do you guard at this point? Because
KJ's played really well. KJ made a lot of good catches. TJ's played really well.
Yeah, it opens up your offense.
Brandon Powell has played really well. It's been good to see that the offense is clicking. The only thing that sucks is we can't run the ball.
Yeah, which you guys ran the ball a little bit better last night.
People, me and Bo have got into that argument of is it Alexander Madison? He likes Cam Akers better, but I'm like, dude, they're running about the same. Our offensive line, it's decent pass blocking, but it is terrible run blocking.
Yeah,
it is awful.
Yeah, Cam Akers had a couple big run, like 8-yard runs.
He's got
too.
more burst than Madison. Yeah. Madison's just bigger back.
Yeah, but no, I agree. Addison, if you haven't been starting him for some reason, you definitely need to get him in your keep him in that lineup, even with JJ back, if he comes back. So my first one is Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, he's played good this year. He's played really
last
good.
2 games, he's put up like 15 plus points. Has definitely
he's got to be I'm sure you don't have this, but he's got to be a top 25 wide receiver right now.
I would think so.
He's had a decent season.
I think he's had like 2 down games, but other than that, he's gone 10 plus. Like he's had a good and over the last 2 weeks, he's definitely shown to be Mac's number 1. So, if the line keeps giving Mac time, we've last week showed perfect example. It's not Mac Jones that was losing those games. It was everything around him. Give Mac time, he can do what you need him to do.
Yep. My next one's Brees. Oh, I have a good feeling about this Jets team. I feel like out of the bye, everyone's healthy. The offensive line, is it great? No, but I feel like it's good enough to give Brees some creases. Plus, what I was happy to see, so using him in the passing game, and that's what he needs. They play the Giants.
Yeah,
the Giants should on paper have a good defense, but they haven't really been playing.
They have a good interior with Lawrence and Williams, and then like Kayvon Thibodeau on the edge, but he hasn't really played that stellar performance that everybody thought he would. So the outside's wide open, which is where Brees thrives at.
Yeah.
And the Jets, the thing that always worried me was after all those injuries on the offensive line, what are they going to do? And they've been doing a lot better than I completely expected.
Yeah.
So my next trending up is Terry McLaurin. I think him and Sam Howell finally got that bond together. With how things are going the last like 2 or 3 weeks, he's had double-digit fantasy points, clearly getting the wide receiver 1 targets that he has. Jahan Dotson's fell a lot, dropping passes. The first week or 2 was like, oh, Jahan Dotson might be taking it over, and ever since then he's just kind of been like blah. And
you got to give me credit. I have a good feeling for selling people high.
But Terry McLaurin, he's finally coming out of that shell. Sam Howell's hitting him deep. He's hitting him pretty much anywhere on the field. With timing, if you want to, we can move to trending down, or if you want to.
I'll do my last one. Rashid Rice.
Yes.
I have him in your league. It doesn't matter that I have him in your league because my team is booty cheeks. But dude is beside Travis Kelsey, he's the only target on that team that I'd want.
Yeah. Well, he's the last 2 weeks he's had like pretty decent games.
He had 17 last week. I know that he had a touchdown. Like the dude is looking pretty good for a rookie. He might be a potential breakout star for them, especially next year. I feel like he will be a very hot.
And that's what they need is they have all these mid receivers
Yeah.
that, they have some expectations, but they just have not done it. Like Valdez-Scantling has kind of just been like he's a hit or miss, has maybe one or two decent catches, but nobody.
Like I said, like we were arguing. I think I was arguing with Trey with it. That receiving core is a bunch of wide receiver 3s and 4s. Like it is.
Yeah, there's
It's
quite a
Travis
bit of
Kelsey or bust.
them. Yeah. So I'll just do one more trending up. And I'm gonna go to Drake London. One of the Arthur Smith guys, Falcons guys, has finally that we've been wanting to see production from is finally fucking happening. Drake London the last 2 weeks has had 10 plus fantasy points. He had a touchdown last week or the week before. He's getting involved. Finally getting him involved. Now you'd like to see Kyle Pitts and Bijan get in there. But Drake London is finally getting involved. I keep kind of pushing. The problem is the Falcons keep winning because I keep pushing for the Falcons to lose, so they play Taylor Heineke, and then I think all those problems go away because Taylor Heineke will throw the fuck out of the ball compared to Desmond Ridder. But Drake London right now is definitely moving up.
Mm-hmm.
But trending downs.
My last one. I actually have two for my last one, but I had Gibbs / and this will be weird for you, Ramondre Stevenson. Because I did just trade away Ramondre today. Which, everyone's got a price tag.
Oh, Jesus.
But, Gibbs, I just feel like things are starting to set in place for him. With David Montgomery hurt, I feel like it's more opportunity for him to take the reins. And he looked pretty decent last week. And the same thing with Ramondre Stevenson. The biggest thing that was worrying me was Ramondre had his kind of lull. He was peaking around that top 10 RB1 category most of the season. He was not those 3 weeks where he had like 6 under 10 points. He wasn't getting the ball passed to him. That's where he's going to shine. He's not the best runner in the world, but he is like a poor man's Austin Eckler, like where he's really good at catching the ball. Use him, New England. Use him how he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Same thing with Gibbs. He's going to have to be another player like that where you got to pass him the ball.
Yeah. So I'm just going to move to trending down because we have like a minute left, but I'll just do trending down. I'm going to go to Devontae Smith. It's kind of been
disappointing.
It's kind of been shocking. He had a big drop in the game that could have helped him out a little bit in terms of fantasy points. But ever since that whole week after week 1, it's been the AJ Brown show. Then again, we're running the ball super well. So he's still getting targets, but it's not like
as many.
It's like 6 targets, 5 targets, but it's like 30 yards. It's not getting those big breakout plays. And the 2 times he's had chances to have those big breakout plays, he's dropped the ball.
Yep. Calvin Ridley hurts me, man. Everything's there.
Yeah, it is.
But he is Mike Williams. He's boom or bust. He's either going to have a big game or a small game, and he's had a lot more small than big. So it's been hard. It hurts my heart because he is really talented, but 1 point, man. Come on. I don't care, Marshawn Lattimore, whoever's covering 1 point.
Yeah. Well, the other kind of thing to that, too, is what's the play calling like? Like, why are you not trying to get him the ball? What's going on? Are you forcibly trying to keep it away from Marshawn Lattimore, from his direction? But then at the same time, it's like, line him up somewhere else so Marshawn's not going to be on him potentially. My next one is Jonnu Smith. Now that they're increasing Drake London and Kyle Pitts a little bit, Jonnu Smith is seen less and less the last couple
This is a
weeks.
positive trending down.
Yeah, yeah, for other people.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Yeah, last 3 weeks, it's kind of starting to come down on the production, not getting as many receptions, targets, and yards, while Kyle Pitts and Drake London have slowly pushed their way into that, which it needs to be done. It needs to. Hopefully they can continue that and keep that trend going.
My next one's Bijan Robinson. Obviously you have to start him. You can't not. But until Arthur Smith decides that he's going to use him the way he should, Bijan's obviously a top 10 back, but he's not. I don't know if he's a top 3 back that we want him to. He's been consistent, but he hasn't really had that breakout, 25 plus point game. And I don't know if Arthur Smith is ever going to let him, because he doesn't run him in the goal line. He doesn't use him that way. So it worries me. Not because of the talent. I obviously love the player, but Arthur Smith just is killing it.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how this week goes. Eventually he's got to break him out at some point.
Yeah.
You got to do it. The straw keeps falling down into the cup because it's not tall enough.
I love drinking hot beer.
Ooh. I don't know why you don't get like a chilled mug.
I should, because I got this beer out once you got here, and you sat down. So
yeah, and I needed to do some things before the pod, bro.
So it was. I'm a trooper. You know what? I feel like a bitch because I didn't finish chugging that one, but oh god, that was terrible. I think it's because of beer. I think someone left some bush at my house, and I think it's a little old, skunky a little bit.
I don't know. I tried to drink beer last Friday, and clearly it didn't work out right now. So
it's terrible.
Until we get that shit figured out, I will not be drinking. Quarter 4,
Week 8 pick'ems.
Week 9 college football first, real quick.
Ooh,
there's not a whole lot. There's nothing really exciting this week.
All right, I'll give my bad.
There's only 2 top 25 matchups.
Who is it?
We have 18 Louisville versus 20 Duke.
Give me Louisville.
And number 8 Oregon versus 13 Utah.
Give me Utah. With the upset.
Both upsets. Okay. And then Iowa's on a bye week, and Iowa State plays Baylor. And Iowa State's favored 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Baylor bad now?
Baylor has not
been good since RG3 or what?
They've been good the last couple of years, but this year is definitely a down year for them.
Give me ISU.
Oh, jeez. All right. All right. Pick'ems for this week. Hopefully they go this. Okay. We have a whole quarter, so we don't have to just rush through this. Keep in mind. Currently, last week was a bad week in pick'ems for us.
Yeah.
I went 5-8.
I went 4-9.
Which leaves our overalls at I'm at 63-43, and Marcus is 61-45. We're still up, but that was a bad week.
Yep. You want me to do the first game, the Thursday game, or you want to do it?
You can start it. I gotta get mine pulled up here.
Thursday, October 26th, 2023. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be at the Buffalo Bills, and I am taking Buffalo.
For all you casino gamblers, Buffalo! Ooh, that's the best sound. You know the Buffalo machines?
I didn't know it's called Buffalo.
What? Yeah, the Buffalo machines at casinos, like when you hit the buffaloes, it's like Buffalo, and
really?
yeah, like it's like what you want to hear. You turn that shit all the way up, and like that's what you want to hear. But yes, I am taking Buffalo. Yeah, against Tampa Bay.
All right. Next game, LA Rams at Dallas. Is yours out of order for mine?
No.
Oh, okay, good. I'm fucking digging Dallas, man. I'm not gonna overthink this one at all. Like, I'm not gonna be like all cutesy, like, oh, Matthew Stafford is gonna, and Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup are gonna come in and beat their ass. No, they're not. I think the Cowboys defense is going to swallow this up, and then I feel like the Cowboys are finally getting on track. I feel like they're going to use Tony Pollard. I feel like they're going to use all their skilled positions, and I feel like this is a game that they should come in. I think maybe LA might keep it pretty decently competitive, but I think I think Dallas will have it in the bag.
Yeah, I chose Dallas too. At home, coming off a bye week, the extra time to prepare. The Rams literally just have Matthew Stafford, Cooper Cup, and Puka. If you can somehow restrict that offense a little bit, keep everything in front of you, get a pass rush, you'll be like the Eagles. The first half against the Rams had they had their field day with them. Matthew Stafford had their field. Then the second half, we kept them in check. So it's all about getting pressure on him. So guys like Cooper Cup and Puka can't get 15 yards downfield and destroy you like they have been doing. And like you said, I think the Cowboys are gelling now with a different. You had Zeke for so long, the power back. You're used to that. Now you have Tony Pollard that you can use anywhere and differently, but haven't really been doing that successfully.
Minnesota at Green Bay.
I was at Minnesota.
I took Minnesota too.
After this win, after that win, it's going to be hard to bet against them.
But would I be surprised if Green Bay came in and smacking them? No, but I've been a Minnesota Vikings fan all my life, so I've seen a lot of things. But yeah, I feel like momentum. Minnesota's 4-4 in that division, and say Detroit loses, like they're in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, well, not only in the division, but the NFC and completely. I mean, outside the Eagles, Niners,
Cowboys. That's really all.
Cowboys.
I guess Lions, but Lions you could.
Yeah, I mean after that.
I mean it's 7 teams, so they might be pushing.
You have the Seahawks. Yeah, like you have the Seahawks. You have the Falcons are currently winning. Like it all kind of depends on like teams like the Bucks and I can't think of all everybody's all sorts of records off the top of my head, but they have a potential chance to sneak into that 7 spot if as of right now.
Maybe even 6, maybe win the division.
Well,
see if they can.
And the other one too is everybody's like, oh, you don't have JJ. Well, Addison last week showed that he can take a guy like Ward, who is a good DB,
probably top 10 guy,
and smoke him.
Yeah,
a lot. So even with Green Bay having Alexander,
for a little guy, Addison was playing really good against press.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Atlanta versus Tennessee.
This one was probably one of my tougher picks. I ended up taking Atlanta just because somehow they always fucking win, and I don't get it.
I took Atlanta too, just because they're a scrappy team. Arthur Smith, you know what? For how bad he is with skilled positions, I will give the man credit. He finds a way to win some games. So,
well, the other one too is Tannehill's not a for sure play, and it was reported that if Tannehill doesn't play, Malik Willis and Will Levis will see time at quarterback position. So you're gonna have 2 different quarterbacks playing.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't want to take the Falcons if Tannehill plays, but I'm also like the Falcons. Every win they have, I'm like, I guess like it's always like
if you're the Tennessee Titans right now, and you're looking at the future, you have 2 quarterbacks that you've taken. You know, I think Malik Willis was a 4th round pick, but he's got talent, and then you have Will Levis as 2nd round pick. Who do you start?
Well, draft capital. The purpose of drafting him so high is I took him in the 2nd. I would be starting him. But at this point, he's had time to sit a little bit. It's not like he probably does things more close to Ryan Tannehill than what him and Malik Willis would do. You know, like what is he going to learn from Malik Willis? Where Malik wants to run the ball when he plays. Like
Oh yeah.
He can throw it, but like he's getting mentored by Ryan Tannehill more. I'd hope at least, because that's who he's going to play more like if he does play. And if you're drafting somebody in the second round and your starter's out, you might as well see.
Gosh, I got such a fantasy mindset. I'm like, throw in Malik. Let's see what Malik can do.
Yeah.
I was like, Malik, you rush for your yards.
Next game is the Saints at the Colts.
So on mine it says the Saints aren't favored. The Colts are favored, but
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not? I guess you didn't watch the game, but the Colts with Minshew.
Minshew mania.
38
Minshew's
points. Like 38 points against the best defense in the league. Statistically, the best defense.
I'm still taking New Orleans.
I did too. I think
they gotta get
the biggest thing is the Colts let PJ Walker just drop 39 on you. I think Derek Carr is a better quarterback than PJ Walker. You have Chris Olave. You have a better offense.
And Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara's been popping off,
Yeah.
and Minshew didn't play a great. He had like 3 or 4 turnovers still. So like things like that where Minshew is still going to have those issues. Minshew can win you games, but I'm going to take the Saints. Saints need to keep these wins pulling in because the Falcons and Bucks, that division is a lot closer than everybody would expected at this point in time, and the Saints need to keep trying to get those wins to stay up there.
Next, Miami at New England. So this one, I don't know if this is right, but this one says, you said it was closer than that, but this one has it at 13.5.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 or 9.5.
Yeah, I don't know why they had it so high, but I'm taking Miami.
Taking Miami too.
New England, great upset versus the Bills. Bills not looking so hot, but
back-to-back upsets. The loss, the 31, your offense put up 10 points against the Eagles. Mike McDaniel is going to be coming out and saying, fuck all you. Plus, you also have to realize the Dolphins last week had a lot of starters out, and some of those starters will be back. They're not going to be down to Eli Apple being their wide receiver 1 most likely, or corner DB 1. So Xavier Ward should be able to play. Jalen Ramsey potentially is looking at that comeback here in the next couple of weeks. So definitely it's going to be their comeback game to be like, hey, we just got our shit rocked. We only scored 10 points. We're going to not let that happen. And they're going to be more disciplined after all those penalties.
Next is New York Jets versus New York Giants, both on home field. The only game in the NFL that there's no home field advantage because both people are at home field.
The only game?
Who else?
The Chargers and Rams play each other whenever that happens.
They share a stadium?
Yes.
Really? I didn't know that. No, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm a bad football fan. I did not know that. Really?
Yes, they share a stadium.
No way.
Yes.
What is that? Is that SoFi?
Yes.
No. Really? Stop it, Skinny. You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Really? I didn't know that. What cheap-ass bastards, dude. They can't build 2 stadiums in L.A.?
They spent like $4+ billion on that shit. It's smarter to just put it to the... I'm honestly shocked that you didn't know that.
I guess I'm not watching any Chargers or Rams games.
You've never just sat there on a Monday night and been like, wow, that stadium looks a lot like the Rams home stadium.
No, what happened? Who the hell's watching Rams and Chargers games? That's all I want to know.
I do.
The only time I'm watching the Chargers once they play the Chiefs, bro.
I watch every game as best as possible.
But either way, I'm taking the JTE or JETS Jets.
I am too taking the Jets. Defense has been playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor has been playing better with that line. Again, Daniel Jones might come back. You're not going to sit Daniel Jones when he's making $106 million. So
Tyrod Taylor should start.
he should be starting for $5 million a year. But Instead, you're gonna, dude. You know what's crazy is Tyrod last week is the first black quarterback to win a game in a Giants jersey.
Really?
Or at home or something like that. Like,
well, think about it. If you really think about it, Phil Collins, Eli Manning.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Kurt Warner. Didn't carry. What was that one?
There was wasn't there like a Sims for a while?
Phil Sims.
Maybe.
Phil Sims. Yeah, Phil Sims was their quarterback.
Did you say Phil Collins earlier?
I did.
Yeah, that's.
Kerry Collins.
Yeah, there we go. It's like after I said that, I was like, wait, no, it's like yeah.
I mean, throughout their history, yeah, it probably was predominantly white. I would imagine so.
Yeah, go Jets.
Yeah, go Jets. Go Jets for sure. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I took the Jags. I don't want to take the Jags. I hate the Jags. Why can't you use Calvin Ridley?
Why can't you be a better team than you? Why can't you be playing like you were expected to be playing?
They're winning games, but they suck watching.
Yeah, it's sloppy. It's
Travis Etienne is the only good, like, consistent fantasy starter. Christian Kirk's been doing good. Free Calvin Ridley.
Evan Ingram at a tight end position. I'd say Evan Ingram.
He's
if
been
you
good.
don't, yeah. But yeah, like every other wide receiver, like it's bad when Agnew's getting more receptions than Calvin Ridley. Trevor Lawrence is starting to play better.
I'm not starting him this week, but I'm like, fuck. How do you just bench him? Like, I'm like, that's what I think about every time I bench him. Like, but he's going to have like 30 points. And then.
Yeah. Well, you don't like him against Joey Porter Jr.?
Probably, but.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Pittsburgh's been playing a lot better than they should be. They haven't put up 400 yards in a game yet. Like,
Will they ever?
It's gonna eventually start slowing down here if you can't get your offense truly rolling.
I don't want to talk about Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Najee hurts my feelings.
I know.
What's his face? I thought he sucked anyway. I was never a Kenny Pickett guy.
If only if your wife would have played Najee over David Montgomery last week.
Would she have won? She would have won.
Yeah, she would have won, or we would have tied.
Brooke,
because I think he had like 7 or 8 points, 7 to 9 points, I think, somewhere in there, or more, maybe. I don't remember.
Brooke, you winning could have possibly got me a playoff spot. Who knows?
But next one is Philadelphia at Washington. Fly, Eagles, fly to the road to victory. I'm going to take the Eagles every week, so
Washington may have the better quarterback in the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sam Howell, he's been doing a lot of good things.
Kind of been shit. There was question on if he was going to even be the starter this upcoming week.
No. I'll take you Philadelphia. I just like to give you shit. But why can't they start Jacoby Brissett now, tomorrow?
What are they? I don't know. But all I know is I'm smelling a division sweep against them this year. Get the broom out.
Is that impressive? That's like the Vikings beating the Bears.
Hey, getting a sweep in a division, it don't matter how good the team is. It's pretty impressive if you beat a team twice. Especially divisional games when they're always hard, tough, fought, and close. All right?
Number 1 overall pick versus number 2 overall pick. Houston versus Carolina.
I took the Texans.
You know what? I differ from you. I'm taking Carolina. I don't know what the spread is, but this one says 3.5.
I think that was
for
pretty
Carolina.
Close to what it was. 3.5.
I'm taking Carolina for the simple fact of Adam Thielen, dog. Miles Sanders, not a dog. Everyone else on that team.
Chuba Hubbard's bigger than Miles Sanders. I did not know that.
Dude, Chuba's kind of big. No.
He's like 2 or 3 inches taller than him.
Chuba on a run.
I was actually kind of shocked.
I'm surprised they aren't running with Chuba Hubbard, but I have Miles Sanders, and he's sitting on my bench and probably never start. But you know what? Come on, Miles, do something for us.
Hey, I'll give you Dameon Pierce for. The trade of the mids.
You send it to me.
Oh Jesus. I have the Texans just because I think Stroud's gonna be like, I was the number 2. Y'all thought I was dumb as shit.
Everyone said I was stupid.
Everybody said I was dumb as
Look
shit.
at me now.
I am I think he's top 10 fantasy quarterback right now.
Probably, yeah.
Or if not, he's at least number 10. He's been balling out. They're winning. Like, that's the big thing. Is like nobody expected. Like,
People don't know I'm a big Houston Texans fan now.
I think this is a statement game for him, against a team that has not won a game yet. And I think it'll still, like, Bryce Young just has not looked good besides throwing to Adam Thielen. So if you can kind of maybe Texans, hey, let's slow down Adam Thielen a little bit.
This is a gut check one. Bryce Young's gonna put that motherfucker CJ Stroud in his place and be like, "This is why I'm the number 1 overall pick."
Oh, Jesus. All right, Cleveland at Seattle.
Take Seattle.
I did
I
too.
want to take Cleveland. I really want to take Cleveland, but I was like,
They've looked good with PJ Walker. Deshaun, if he plays,
Seattle
has not looked good.
To me, like they're like,
Get him going. Kenneth Walker had his first 100-yard game this season last week. Just keep feeding him the ball. It's going to happen.
He's been good in fantasy. They haven't even Tyler Lockett's took him downward. He has not been as good as usually.
And with Metcalf out, the Bobo and then Smith and Jigba both stepped up big for him this last week. So I think no matter what, they're good. I think they'll be
Bobo
fine.
was a hell of a catch too.
Yeah. The Chiefs at Denver.
Let's go, Patty Mahomes.
I really wanted to be like, you know what? Denver's going to pull this shit off finally. No, they're not going to be the team that, what is it? They've lost like 16 straight games to them or some shit. It's like, no, fuck you. I don't know. Broncos need to figure it out. They've looked like
Broncos country. Let's lose.
Dude, they're like getting to that point where it's like, God, you're looking so good. And then just, Baltimore Ravens at Arizona.
Give me Baltimore.
I took Baltimore. Fuck the Cardinals. Cincinnati at San Fran.
I took San Fran. I'm double dipping on this one. So either way, I look like a genius.
I took the Bengals. I just think they're gelling. Brock Purdy has not looked good the last couple weeks.
He hasn't looked so pretty.
And this number, this top defense really kind of getting a little questionable on things for some reason. But I think Cincinnati pulls it out with their offense. Bears at Chargers.
I took the Chargers.
Yeah. I think if Fields misses another week, the thing is the Chargers are putting up fucking points like they always do, but just not when they need to. And if I don't know, you didn't watch the first game, the KC game this last week, but I mean, it was a fucking shootout. 41 points in the first half.
That's crazy.
Like
41 in the first half?
Yeah.
What was the final score?
The second half, only 7 points were scored.
Oh.
Yeah. The over-under for that game was 48.5. They scored 48 total points.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, the first like 2-3 possessions for the Chargers scored touchdown. Like they were moving the ball well, and then just I don't know what the fuck happened.
People are like, we're gonna make our money. Like,
yeah, the Chargers, they have the offense to win. The Bears do not have the defense to stop it. Fucking put your foot on the goddamn gas pedal and just show America.
Maybe people should stop thinking of Justin Herbert as an elite guy and maybe start thinking of him as the second tier guy.
See, I don't even put him up like. There's Patty Mahomes, and then there's like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar maybe up there this year.
Who else goes?
And tier 2?
Yeah.
I think that'd probably be it for me. Tier 3 is probably like Hurts. I'm not saying Kirk's not in tier 3. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
He'd probably be like tier 4. Like Hurts.
Who else?
Hurts, Herbert would be in tier 3. Dude, Kirk's like tier 4. I'm sorry. He's top 10. At least he's top 10. Be happy that I'm saying he's top 10, all right? Relax. All right. And lastly, the Raiders at Detroit.
Give me some Detroit.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit too.
I hope they lose though. But...
After that beatdown, they're gonna come back, and Dan Campbell's gonna get these guys hyped.
Gibbs, all the points. That's all I need.
The defense is gonna come out and look to like just murder whoever's at quarterback at this rate. Just like,
yeah, fair.
Like,
fair.
I don't know who's gonna start. I don't know if Jimmy G's gonna be back or not, but that's that for this week. Go follow us on Twitter. Please follow us on Twitter. I try to tweet as much. I think that's like the
He's
best.
always active on there.
Yeah, I try to get on Twitter as much as I can, especially when I'm working from home because I can just have my laptop open and can just bullshit all day. Ask questions, fantasy advice. I try to check it before Sunday mornings too. If a couple of people have asked like fantasy advice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to get on the Twitter so I can give them bad fantasy advice.
Yeah. I need to give you the information too. But yeah, just like, but usually I message you and ask you for what I should put on there. But for the most part, I put random shit on there. And then, of course, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram.
Cool. Our shirts, we didn't talk about these.
Oh yeah.
So we did win our flag football league. We lost in the tournament. We got second place.
Okay, but that
it doesn't matter. But it was hard playing 2 games, and every single year we have injuries.
You had like half the team there.
We did
because
Sunday we have state.
Yeah, because that's the thing is everybody cares more about state than the league bullshit tournament that no one fucking cares about because it's all
be a hard year at state
because the league tournament's bullshit just because of how other teams can end up playing with each other over stupid ass rules. So people care about the regular season of the league, and then the league tournament's the week before state. Everybody wants to fucking take a rest off and then come back for state and be prepared. So that's all I'm worried about.
Winning the league tournament, that was impressive for us. So
yeah, we needed it. And think about it. I mean, we had some injuries where I was out for 2 weeks. Ski was out for 3?
Most of it, yeah.
Like some of our main starters were out and down weeks. But
Rob got hurt. And I mean, the 3 of you guys, that's all starters right there. So
yeah, exactly. And JT, DJ, I guess got hurt this last week. Like there's
how do you know DJ got hurt?
You told me.
Oh yeah, he sent me something. Well, that sucks, dude. DJ JT, but JT's I think is fine.
Yeah. So his was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
the stinger, but still, like we just have those type of things happening. But yeah, no, we did good.
We'll let you know if we win the championship.
Stay tuned for next week's video pod because that's the Halloween edition, baby.
Yeah.
And we will be dressing up. So
El Travador
and Jason, sexy Batman Kelsey right here.
Well, like and subscribe, folks.